I step out with a pocket of keys, morning folded into a small agenda. Screens blink, buses trade places, coffee waits without insisting. The street keeps a usable pace, voices pass like weather reports. Nothing asks for a decision, yet everything keeps moving. I don't chase the second hand, I let it pass my shoulder. Time and stays elastic, enough to breathe, enough to go. I carry the day in workable pieces, not heavy, not fragile, just arranged to fit the walk between one stop and the next. I keep the rhythm practical, letting gaps do their job. Progress happens quietly, without asking for emphasis. Emails line up without urgency, a chair remembers my weight. Notes gather in the margins, waiting for a clearer angle. Outside, clarity organized, no announcement, no signal. The city adjusts its posture and continues without comment. I stay slightly off the center, where movement feels flexible. Nothing needs a highlight to remain in motion. I carry the date in workable pieces, not heavy, not fragile, just arranged to fit the walk between one stop and the next. I keep the rhythm practical, letting gaps do their job. Progress happens quietly, without asking for emphasis. When the list finally shortens, I don't seal it with a conclusion. I set it down, still open, ready for the next arrival. I tap the number and let the note hang, not rushing the next syllable, as if the air itself is waiting for the breath to choose its timing. A narrow panel catches fingerprint light, metal cool, then quickly neutral. A soft chime arrives without urgency and disappears on contact. My shoulder shifts against the bag, zipper teeth settle into place. A small fan turns somewhere above, keeping the room politely alive. I don't enter on the click, I arrive after it. Leave a slim pocket of silence, then let the phrase unfold. This ride stays simple and steady, no story attached. Each travel passing through without needing a highlight. I keep my voice a shade behind, so it can breathe. Pressure stays present while the ascent stays calm. Numbers change with quiet certainty, one at a time, no insistence. Someone clears a throat softly and decides not to speak. The doors hesitate a fraction before they agree to open. I let the pause remain and don't fill it. I release the urge to hurry for 2 clean beats. Let breathe, land first, then re-enter smooth. This ride stays simple and steady, no story attached. Each revel passing through without needing a highlight. I keep my voice a shit behind, so it can breathe. Pressure stays present while the ascent stays calm. Small weights carry their own rhythm. If you don't tighten down, I end the line early, leave space on purpose, and I return. Not louder, just placed where it fits. Ditch just right. Stay simple and steady, no emphasis applied. Each level passing through as if it's always been fine. I keep my voice, it should be high. Back cadence, lost in precious space present as the moment thins out. The doors burn, I step into the heart, and the quiet keeps going. Not yet, still here, not moving, just aligned. Already halfway down the block before the thought completes. A folded map inside my pocket, learning routes as it bends. Storefront glass repeats my pace. Backswing with borrowed weight. The plan revises on its own without asking to be named. I don't lock the order down, I let it stay adjustable. Timing holds more accuracy when it isn't enforced. These hours run on parallel errands, never lining up to perform. Each one ending quietly, where attention isn't required. I move through the gaps they leave, using what stays available. Momentum keeps its direction without calling itself progress. Perceived soften in the jacket seam, numbers fading into texture. Someone laughs behind a doorway, missing the center of the frame. Traffic lights change out of habit, not for anyone in particular. Your afternoon keeps negotiating with whatever arrives next. I stay a fraction late to the beat, enough to feel it stretch. Nothing needs a signal to remain in motion. These hours run on parallel errands, never lining up to perform. Each one ending quietly, where attention it isn't required. I move through the gaps they leave, using what stays available. Momentum keeps its direction without calling itself progress. Minutes don't stack in sequence, they spread sideways, overlapping without pressure, leaving space that still works. I don't elevate the moment, I let it occupy exactly the width it can sustain. These hours run on parallel errands, never lining up to conform. Each one ending quietly, where attention isn't required. I move through the gap, the momentum keeps its direction without calling itself progress. When the route ends again, I don't correct the angle, I follow what still connects and let the rest release. Just a step and then space. The curve drops away without warning, my foot adjusts before I think. A breeze moves between buildings, not asking to be felt. I pause where reflections scatter, glass losing its authority. The moment stretches enough to let the body catch up. I don't feel the entry point, I leave it open. Timing settles better when breath arrives first. This part of the day keeps unfolding without being pushed. Each second making room for the one that follows. I'd stay with the pace that listens, not ahead, not behind. Motion holds its balance by allowing interruption. Voices thin across the intersection, then disappear completely. A signal changes its mind halfway through the cycle. I stand where paths overlap long enough to register. Nothing asks me to choose, so I don't. I release the forward pull for a count or two. Momentum returns on its own when space is respected. This part of the day keeps unfolding without being pushed. Each second making room for the one that follows. I stay with the pace that misses, not ahead, not behind. Motion holds its balance by allowing interruption. Breath finds a usable distance between intention and sound. Nothing rushes to arrive, nothing needs extension. The rhythm survives because it isn't tight, and it continues by staying incomplete. This part of the day keeps unfolding, no force applied. Everything moving forward by easing its grip. I walk with what remains responsive, not sealing the edge, letting continuity fade at its own speed. Steps quiet themselves without conclusion. The path keeps going after the sound is gone. Wait, no. Oh. There. In narrow aisle bends the afternoon. Labels stacked in quiet rows. Fingers pause above cardboard edges, choosing weight instead of meaning. Dust shifts when a box slides back, air rearranged by a small decision. The room stays neutral while hands do the thinking. I don't rush the selection, I let texture answer first. Some choices speak clearly without explanation. This moment works without direction, nothing pointing ahead. I stand where options coexist, long enough to feel stable. No signal marks completion, no finish line appears. Balance holds itself by remaining undecided. A receipt printer hums briefly, then forgets its own sound somewhere behind the counter. Time keeps low volume. Objects return to alignment after being considered. The shelf resumes its order without keeping score. I step back half a measure to reset perspective. Distance restores accuracy better than focus ever does. This moment works without direction, nothing pointing ahead. I stand where options coexist, long enough to feel stable. No signal marks completion, no finish line appears. Balance holds itself by remaining undecided. Surfaces carry earlier contact, long if the hands withdraw. Nothing assists on outcome, everything remains usable. The rhythm stays in time all night, aside the sound. Continuation happens without acceleration. This moment works without direction, no emphasis, everything functioning by staying available. I move simple motion that eye narrows again behind my shoulder. Things remain where they were. Here it rests. A wooden surface holds the light, spreading it unevenly. Cups leave circular evidence of earlier attention. Chairs shift with measured sounds, not trying to be quiet. The room accepts the movement and keeps its balance. I don't occupy the center, I stay where edges meet. Stillness feels workable when nothing claims it. The stretch remains unassigned, no task attached. Everything allowed to settle at its own measure. I follow what stays responsive without steering it. The moment holds together by not being directed. Pages turn without urgency, corners soft from use. A clock exists somewhere nearby, but doesn't interrupt. Sunlight slides across the green, then lets it go. Nothing here insists on being remembered. I pause long enough for breath to land. Time and realigns itself once pressure steps away. The stretch remains unassigned, no task attached. Everything allowed to settle at its own measure. I follow its stage responsive without scaring it. The morning holds together are not being directed. Contact leaves no instruction, only temperature. The interval stays open without invitation to loosen, but doesn't disappear. It continues by remaining live. The stretch remains unassigned, no emphasis applied. Everything moving forward by easing its hold. I stay with what still disposes, not extending the urge, letting your presence stand without collapse. The surface clears slowly, not all at once. What remains does not ask. Almost there, not closing. Air drifts through a tilted frame without choosing a direction. Curtains hesitate mid-swing and forget the reason. Footsteps pause in the hallway as if measuring distance. The room widens slightly by doing nothing at all. I don't see you the moment I leave its edge loose. Spread settles easier when space stays usable. The interval stays uncovered, no boundary drawn. Everything allowed to pass without being held. I move with what keeps circulating, not adjust in the flow. Balance remains intact by letting motion through. Papers lifted, then rest again. Corners learn in the air. A voice fades in the next room before forming a sentence. The light changes position without announcing itself. The afternoon rearranges and continues unmarked. I step back, one count to let timing reset. Nothing needs correction to stay aligned. The cerebral stays uncovered, no boundary drawn. Everything allowed to pass without being held. I know that what keeps circulating, not adjusting the flow. Balance remains intact by letting motion through. Oh, feelings don't require intention, only allowance. The current finds its shape by remaining unforced. The distractions that releases without leaving residue. This interval's gaze uncovered, no emphasis. Everything caressing by staying partible. I remain where exchange happens, not fixing a phrase. Letting content know anything on its own terms. The opening stays as it is, neither widen nor closed. What moves on does so quietly. I let the tone ride before the reason follows, holding the light long enough for my breath to decide where it belongs. A low signal hums beneath the surface, not mechanical, just present. Fingers trace the rim of a glass, coolness answering without delay. The ceiling light stays unchanged while shadows reorganize. Nothing announces the shift, yet everything agrees. I don't enter on the downbeat, I lean past it, letting the phrase stretch until it finds its own weight. This part begins inside the sound before intention forms. The voice stays slightly behind where control loosens. I don't decorate the feeling, I let time and hold it. What carries through does so by restraint. Conversations dissolve into texture, edges blur without effort. The surface reflects movement and forgets it entirely. Temperature settles into skin without instruction. Your space listens back without responding. I release the need to arrive exactly on time. Accuracy improves once precision steps aside. This part begins inside the sound before intention forms. The voice stays slightly behind where control loosens. I don't decorate the feeling, I let time and hold it. What carries through does so by restraint. Breath becomes a measure, let the count each phrase and aim before it explains itself. The line remains open by refusing closure. Continuation stays possible without extension. This part begins inside the sound, no emphasis. You're toward everything, held together by how gently it lands. I stay where the tone releases, not sealing the phrase, setting resonance, then at its own pace. The voice leaves first, the space remembers, and nothing rushes to replace it. The sound begins in motion before it finds a shift. A sequence forms then loosens at an even rate. Footsteps leave a timing, already moving on. Each moment clears a pathway, then carries forward. The spacing opens wider, it's like it's rearranged. I read the shifting pressure and let it change. Passing through softly, clear and light. Every phrase arriving at the right time. The flow keeps traveling across the frame. Passing through softly, begin. Light crosses different angles across a moving field. The rhythm keeps unfolding without a seal. I follow the direction that builds along the way. Each sound dissolves into the next and makes space. The balance tilts ahead then finds its line. Everything connects in time. Passing through softly, open, free. Every line connecting naturally. The sound keeps widening across the day. Passing through softly on its way. Let this section stretch and narrow and transform. Count the shift where patterns blend into a new form. The phrase extends and releases at its place. Motion changes shape and moves ahead. Passing through softly, still in flow. Every tone releasing as it goes. Arrival happens briefly then fades. Passing through softly along the way. The sequence continues forward. I drop the token, hear it settle, and let the first line glide in. Like fabric finding its own turn. No hurry, no push, just clean momentum. Fluorescent light stays perfectly even over plastic chairs and quiet machines. A mouse into detergent rises, then disappears into warm air. Sleeves fold into themselves as the drum begins to rotate. Coins rest in my palm, cool and precise. I don't force the entry, I let the phrasing tilt just enough to feel the groove beneath the floor. Everything spins in a steady pocket, not dramatic, not flat. Each turn making space for the next small shift. I keep my voice slightly late so the line can breathe. Pressure stays controlled while the cycle keeps moving. The sock slips free from the pile, then returns on the next tumble. Numbers blink on a small display, counting without judgment. Somebody opens a lid too quickly, plastic clicks then settles. I watch the timer change and don't correct it. I release the urge to rush for 2 clean counts. Let the phrase land, then lift again. Everything spins in a steady pocket, not dramatic, not flat. Each turn making space for the next small shift. I keep my voice slightly late so the line can breathe. Pressure stays controlled while the cycle keeps moving. Fabric softens through repetition, not by effort, by return. Heat stays consistent and the edges relax. I end the phrase early, leave a gap on purpose, and come back in exactly where it fits. Everything spins in a steady pocket. No highlight needed. Each turn making space for the next small shift. I keep my voice slightly late, like a cadence loosened. Control stays present as the cycle fades out. The drum slows down. One last rotation and stillness. A tone appears along the edge before the sound feels clear. It leans into the open space, then shifts its gear. The floor responds in subtle ways, a pattern barely seen. Each step redraws the distance between. The spacing bends and straightens as rhythm takes the lead. I follow how it carries me without a need. Edges in motion, smooth and wide. Every phrase extending side to side. The flow keeps opening, layer by layer. Edges in motion everywhere. Light passes over moving forms and changes tone. The texture builds from overlap, then moves on. I track the changes quietly as they unfold. Each sound connects the moments into one road. The balance shifts through continuity, unforced light. Momentum shapes the atmosphere as it arrives. Edges in motion, clear and calm. Every line connecting on and on. The sound keeps traveling through the frame. Edges in motion, endless range. Like a section wide and brief, fade and refine. Count the turns where phases meet and realign. The surface changes gradually across the space. Movement writes its own direction as it can. Edges in motion, steady bright. Every tone unfolding in real time. The current carries forward as designed. Edges in motion, the sequence continues, unbroken. I was already standing where the pause hadn't ended yet, letting the sentence stretch until I knew how long to stay. A shadow leans across the counter, not belonging to the object. Hands rest without instruction, pressure choosing its own shape. The surface stays indifferent to what just passed through. Nothing here reacts, yet everything registers. I don't move to confirm it, I let the balance settle. Some states hold longer when left unnamed. This moment doesn't choose direction, it holds instead. Allowing weight to distribute without commitment. I remain where contact softens, not securing the edge. Continuity survives by the voice. creases relearn alignment after being released. A nearby sound dissolves before asking for notice. Time thins but doesn't disappear, it stays usable. Nothing advances, nothing retreats. I give the count away and keep the interval. Accuracy returns once measure steps aside. This moment doesn't choose direction, it holds instead, allowing way to distribute without commitment. I remain where contact softens, not securing the edge. Continuity survives by avoiding decision. Support doesn't announce itself, it simply remains, holding what passes without imprint. The shinjo lowers its dynamic, loosens, still present, still entire. This moment doesn't choose direction, no emphasis applied. Everything continue on by staying unresolved. I'd stay until the pressure lifts, not market release. Letting presence fade without collapse. Nothing signals the ending, it arrives quietly when holding is no longer needed. I catch the green as it opens and let my voice arrive a fraction late. Like the city giving way, not to speed, but to timing. A painted stripe stretches under my shoes, slightly worn at the edges. A distant engine stays behind the glass, holding its distance. When presses the jacket at once, then releases. My hand adjusts the strap without checking the mirror. I don't cut through the beat, I step around it, leave a clean gap, then let the phrase breathe. I'm moving a calm forward rhythm, nothing to prove. Each measure leaving room for the next. So turn, I keep the line just behind the pulse, so it stays human. Control remains steady while the street keeps flowing. A cyclist glides past the corner, no signal, no drama. A small side swings on its hinge and returns to center. Somebody laughs from far off, then the sound breaks apart. I watch the light change again and don't rush the timing. I give the count away for 2 quiet beats. Let the breath land first, then re-enter clean. I move it a calm forward rhythm, nothing to prove. Each measure leaving room for the next. Soft turn, I keep the line just behind the pulse, so it stays human. Control remains steady while the street keeps falling. Moment doesn't need intensity, only direction. ready as the moment clears out. The green closes, I'm already across, and the rest continues. The alert cuts mid-vibration. Thumb slides fast, wrong direction. Screen lights too bright. The table shakes, one break short. Coffee spills a thin line. Curtain sticks halfway up. Fabric pulls, then drops. I check the time, read it twice. Numbers blur, then lock. A car horn snaps down the block. Sound jumps, settles. I grab the bag, miss the strap. Weight shifts, hits back. 2 steps forward, 1 miscount. Heel taps, recovers before the screen wakes. Everything starts out of sync, but moving before the screen wakes. The pace decides. One action, then the next. Crosswalk blinks faster now. White lines flash. Someone bumps, says nothing. Shoulder turns, keeps going. The receipt curls from the print. Paper homes warm. I switch lanes, late signal. Engine pulls, response on its glass. Wrong angle, I squint, adjust. Before the screen wakes, everything starts. Not clean, not smooth. Before the screen waits, the pace decides. One action, then the next. I stop short, take the street, break breath, shut. A bus exhales, doors fold in, air rush past. A moment stacks, no order, still it moves forward. Before the screen waits, everything starts. The rhythm finds shape. Before the screen wakes, one action, then the next. Footsteps blend with the light. Morning spreads thin. I keep moving, already late.